Hey there, and welcome back to Cosmic Crypto. In this video, we're going to be looking at Ethereum Classic, ETC. Let's take a look. I want to start us off on the daily time frame, no, weekly time frame, excuse me. But before we do that, if you can go ahead and like, share, and subscribe, that'd be great. I'm told I'm supposed to say that at the beginning of my videos now, so yeah, thank you. Weekly time frame. So, just want to kind of go over what we've been previously looking at with Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic's been pretty interesting. We had this massive run up to $186-ish from $6 and even lower actually at some points. Then we came back down, and from the very bottom to the top, we hit the 618 Fibonacci perfectly. We bounced off the 5, went up, came back down, hit the 618, and now we're moving back up slowly. So we broke above the 5, we broke above the 382 but got rejected, and now we're trying to break above the 382 again. But what's even more interesting is this super long resistance line that we've had here that we are really going to work at here. So we've hit it once. This is the weekly time frame, so 1 week, another week, another week. We got rejected on it, and now we're trying to break above it again. And the more you hit some resistance, the more likely it's going to break through. And another good thing is on the weekly, if you take the Fibonacci from here to the top, we kind of found support at the 236. We didn't even hit the 382, and we found support right around the 100 EMA, which is the bottom part of this red cloud, and then the 50 EMA is the top part of this red cloud. And so we were finding support right around there, came up, and now we're going up again. So we didn't even come back down to retest the 200 or the 5 or the 618 again on this move. So that's pretty positive. We got the Ethereum merge coming up in roughly 7 days or so, which is, let's go down to the daily so we can kind of take a look at that. Right here. Here's the Ethereum merge. So just 7 days or something like that. Let me put a horizontal line on the Ethereum merge here. Supposedly right there. Could we be making a move to the upside? I mean, the daily, we got a nice crossover on the stochastic. The braid filter, which I've been using recently. You know, we're getting some nice green histogram moves up here, whatever you want to call those, which is good. Not as much as we had over here. This is what I'd like to see on this move, but we could be starting out getting a nice move here. But let me go back to the weekly because there's some pause for concern here. I saw this last night, and it is a little concerning to me. Our stochastic looks like it's about to roll over, and actually last night it was starting its crossover on the weekly. And as you can see, every time we get a crossover on the weekly, we get a drop. Crossover on the weekly, we got the drop. Let me move this chart up so you can see how big these drops actually are. These are the weeklies, so these are massive moves. Crossover right here, got a drop. And then if I go back even further, every crossover you get a drop. Crossover, get a drop. Crossover, get a drop. Except one crossover. We got a drop. Let me bring this down. And this is kind of what our saving grace would be for Ethereum Classic to make a massive move. Is when we had this massive run up, we started to get a crossover. We got a crossover right here, which brought us down. I mean, that's a big move right there. We dropped from the very top all the way to the bottom. That's a 50% move, a fall. But we had an immediate cross back up, which then propelled us to, after the 50% drop, from the bottom of that 50% drop, we went up almost 2,000%. So, and coincidentally, we're almost exactly where that cross took place. So, would it be possible for us to come up and break through here, get the cross, have a drop back down to retest this as support, and then do the same thing again and have a massive move? How long did that take for that to happen? So from the big push to the drop was 14 days, 2 weeks. And then after the 2 weeks, we had a total of 84 days. So almost 3 months it took us from that move. So from where we're at right now, let's just say that this is our big move. and we were to move 84 days, that puts us at November 28th. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody, roughly. So that's something to talk about after your Thanksgiving meal and for Christmas. Big old move coming up, possibly. So anyway, this is not only resistance, but you could also say that it is a falling broadening wedge. And the good news is we didn't break the bottom of this falling broadening wedge. We are trying to break the top. That's really good. So could I see us breaking out, coming back down for the retest and get that cross just to have another cross back over and go up our 2,000% that we're all crossing our fingers for? I mean, that puts us, not that high. That puts us at, almost $900. Which, a lot of people are going to laugh and say $900, but I bet you a lot of people that had $6 Ethereum back here laughed when we went up to $186. They laughed the other way. Another thing that I can see going on here is I mean, you could call it a cup and handle. You got the cup, you got the handle, and if you do the breakout for that cup and handle, if that pattern plays out, I guess I already had the arrow up there, that puts us almost right back where we were at $150 roughly, so just a few dollars shy of our all-time high. So if this cup and handle were to actually break out, and actually it would put us right back there, because that's where the target should come from, which, well, you move it there and it's exactly at our previous all-time high. So if this cup and handle were to break out, I could see us going up there at least to $185 or 80 something dollars, somewhere around there. Now, is this move going to be bigger? It could be, which, we'll put our Fibonacci's down. That's also, so it's at the 1. I said before that my estimate would be taking profit around $385, and I would probably sell every single Ethereum Classic I had at $950 or even a little bit sooner. My opinion, that would be the all-time high top, and then we're going to come plummeting down, probably come all the way back down to, test these levels again. So that's just bullish hopium right there. Let's go ahead and clear some of this out and look down on a lower time frame. So something else is coming into play here. Let's just go to the daily. You could call this an inverse head and shoulders. And if that is an inverse head and shoulders, and we did call it that, we would have a breakout target of around $52, which I've been saying that we're going to get to $50 here relatively soon, I think. Soon, as in I'm looking at the daily and weekly chart, so within days and weeks, not hours. So I could see us getting to that $50 range. We tried to get that here. We got rejected. We came back down. Not only did we come back down, but we tested this 200 daily EMA. And then we started to form our resistance line and our support line, which was the triangle, which the top of this pattern brings us back up to $45, which is our price target. Now, it was a little scary. I'm not going to lie. It was a little scary. We broke out. We had the massive drop back down, which was, if you really look at it, it's just a retest. But if you look at Raven Coin or some of the other coins, they didn't have that kind of a drop down. Ethereum Classic had a massive drop down. I had a long open right here. I took this long right as it broke through, and I moved my stop loss up. I got stopped out. I think it was right around here, 34.75. I think is where I got stopped out. So I made a decent amount of profit, but I did not expect it to come all the way back down there. I expected it to find some kind of a support around the 618, which was at 35.40, and then go back up, kind of like what this candle did right here. But instead, it came all the way back down, which, actually, if I were to place these properly, that did a perfect retest of our triangle pattern here, which is actually a good thing. I just was hoping we were going to hit the 618 and be super bullish, but it wasn't. So, oh well. I got another long open, and we're doing pretty good. Anyway, so not only do we have this descending triangle here, but we got the inverse head and shoulders, which we just got rejected off of, actually. So, almost. We came up. We got this long wick up here, so we did reach just over $40 today. But maybe we can get some of that pressure moving up. Our braid filter is getting a larger histogram reading, which is good. We had the nice crossover down here on the stochastic, and we've got some nice bullish moving. You know, the stochastic's moving very bullishly up to the upside. Let's go down to the 6 hour and see what we got going on. Yeah, so we're getting rejected right now off the 236. So once we break above that, I wouldn't be surprised because we just broke above this massive resistance line, which I'm going to change the color just so we can see it better. So the red line here is our massive resistance. If I go to the 6 hour, we just broke above it with this 6 hour candle. Actually, probably a 1 hour candle. Yep, we broke above it with a 1 hour candle. So we hit it, broke above it, and we're hitting the 236. I would not be surprised if we came back down to retest it because it has been pretty strong resistance. So even in today's candle, I would not be surprised if we came back down to retest it, which it looks like our stochastic might want to roll over a little bit, but that's okay because I do think that if it did roll over, it would do something like this. It would go down, get another crossover, so you'd have the cross, and then it would cross back over again. And I do think it would look something like that. So that's kind of what we're looking at with Ethereum Classic. I don't know what else I got to tell you here. Anyway, that's where we're at. Ethereum Classic. If you like this video, like it, share it. I'm just a dude on his computer, so don't take financial advice from me. And I'll talk to you later.